Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM19 story. The head coach with me, Daniel. It's season 13, episode 11, and today we're playing our final league game of the season with Sporting Lisbon. Knowing a result will crown us as Portuguese League champions. It's gone to the final day of the season, something you probably didn't expect a couple of episodes ago, but after the defeat against Benfica last time out, and a bit of a stuttering run towards the end of the year, we are now going down to the wire, and we've got to get a result today to stop Benfica leapfrogging us in the league. If they went top on the final day of the season, it would certainly be some way to throw away the title, but let's not think about that for now. We're playing Aves, who just escaped relegation last week, and hopefully they'll be on holiday or just having a celebration at home today. They'll be awful and we'll be able to get a victory, and we won't have to worry about what Benfica are doing. But before we do that, let's have a look at the schedule to see how we've got ourselves into this mess. You were obviously with me for that defeat against Benfica as they completed the league double over us. The only two games we've lost all season, but we've started to a few away draws since then. We won 2-0 at home in the following game, a comfortable one with the Bernardo Souza brace. He's been brilliant all season and we just need one more big performance from him today. We then went away from home and it was a 1-1 draw, and it was the most dramatic one possible as well. Benfica would have stayed top with a game more played if it hadn't been for a late equaliser in this one. Ousmane Dembele turned up with a tap-in the 91st minute and he became our hero, showing why our director of football had signed him. A big game player, and he turned up at the big moment to make sure that we got a result when we needed it. We then beat Santa Clara at home 2-0. They were already relegated, I think. If not, they're relegated now. Bernardo Souza with the brace again. He continues to turn up when we need him most. And then look what happened the following game. Away to 5th place Vitória Guimarães. We went 1-0 down after 88 minutes. I went all out attack through the kitchen sink at them, and we won a penalty in the 92nd minute. I bet you can't guess who won it. It was Ousmane Dembele, and I bet you can't guess who scored it. It's Bernardo Souza. In recent weeks, those two men have single-handedly taken us to within touching distance of the title before a comfortable 5-0 win at home in the last game. That was at home to Chavez. It was Hyosung with a hat-trick, then Ben Hurish and Souza, and hopefully we can get a couple of big performances today to get the result we need on the final day of the season. Jallo, the young wonder kid striker's away on international duty, but aside from that we've got a full quota to choose from. I am going to admit before we get into it that if we do throw it away today, it will probably be the worst bottle job I've ever had in Football Manager. I don't think we've had an 8-point lead going into the last 6 games of the season before and lost it. We've certainly come close a couple of times and lost title races where there's 3 or 4 points in it, but this would be a catastrophic collapse. We've been top of the league for about 30 match days, and I don't know how it could go wrong from here. If we don't get a result against a side that only just secured survival last week, we're certainly not deserving of winning the title. Benfica have tried to help us out at times too. Porto obviously beat them 4-1 at home before we played them last time out. That obviously didn't help us on that occasion, and they also drew away from home against the bottom side Maritimo, but again they've recovered from that to take it to the final game of the season. I mean, thank goodness they did draw that game, because if they hadn't there'd only be 1 point in it, and we would need a win today, something I'm not too confident about. We haven't won an away game for 2 months, and even that was just a narrow 1-0 victory, so hopefully we'll be able to put that right today against a side right down there at the bottom of the league. But let's go and look at our lineup for this one. There are 3 points separating us, so I don't want the tension to drag on for too long. Benfica are at home to 5th place Rio Ave. They'll be hoping to get a comfortable victory. Rio Ave can't really achieve much today other than staying in 5th place, but 5th and 6th both guarantee European football, so it's not like it's going to make much of a difference to them. We've got an incredible head-to-head record against Aves, our opponents today, so hopefully Paulo Sergio's side won't be able to stop us. They're missing a few players as well, so hopefully we'll be able to brush them aside at full strength. Our lineup we've gone for today is as full strength as we possibly can. Apologies if you can hear in the background, there's a massive rainstorm smashing the window outside, but we're going to focus on action on the pitch, and hopefully the background noise won't add too much tension or take away from our nerves in this one. We've got Fabrizio in goal, who's been brilliant all season. Rodriguez and Vernier are the fullbacks with Paxao and an unfit Michel in the middle. We've got Schürrle and De Campo the first choice central midfielders, with Hyosung and Ben Harush on the wings. They've been performing the best, and Dembele's been a brilliant impact sub, so that's the way we're going to go for it today. And then Sousa's in the number 10 role behind Gerardo up front. None of our strikers are scoring at the moment, so we might as well play the best one on paper. Let's get into the game with our positive mentality, and hopefully we can do enough to get over the line. None of our strikers have scored in 2 months, and that's where the root of our problem lies. Hopefully he can end his duck today. He was a hero for us at Napoli, and I'd love it if he could be the same today. It's a 4-2-3-1 for Aves. They're matching us up for formation. They've got a few decent players in their side. Obviously they're celebrating the high of surviving last weekend, but does that mean they'll be going on holiday? After a tense season, they've achieved their objective, and maybe they'll just take their foot off the gas in this one. We're going to tell the lads to pick up where they left off. If they can replicate that 5-0 win, we'll be in a brilliant position, but obviously there's a few more nerves around today, as Benfica have got a chance to catch us. Sousa's running from the kick-off, and he finds Hyosung on the right. A hero with a hat-trick in the last game. I'd love it if he could repeat that in this one. Pires, the goalkeeper, with a long kick for Aves. Towards the left-back Vernier. He manages to bring it down for De Campo, who gets it into Sousa in midfield. He's got a chance to get it over to the right hand side as a thunderstorm starts outside the window. That's just adding to the tension for me as Almeida hacks away a block shot. Aves survived the first minute. It's Costa into De Campo in midfield. He finds Hyosung on the right hand side, running at the fullback, and he's been left to the winger. He beats the sliding challenge and finds Sousa. A brilliant effort from the edge of the D, and he's tipped over the bar by the goalkeeper. A comfortable shot down the middle. Ben Harush puts the corner in. It deflects away a couple of times, and it's been hacked clear by Aves, who survive at 0-0 with 5 minutes gone. We've got the ball at left back with Anthony Vernier though. He's played it short into midfield for De Campo. Playing in that playmaker role today, can he force the issue and create a chance? He can't. He gives it short to Ben Harush, who loses it, and Aves hack it long to halfway. Rodriguez brings it down for Hyosung. He's already looking lively in this one as Rodriguez gets there on the overlap. It's into Ben Harush at the back post. What a goal that was. We reacted a bit late because we saw the VAR whistle, and he's gone over to check on the screen now. Please don't rule it out. I can't do with this today. Ben Harush scores a header. He's finally not unhappy any longer. And is the goal going to be given? It's upheld. We lead 1-0. And Shea Ben Harush, the Israeli wonder kid, fresh from signing a new deal. A brilliant bit of work from Hugo Viana. He's already pre-agreed a transfer for a right winger too. And if we'd be staying here next season, we'd be really excited about what he's doing. He's making some really brilliant signings with young players, but we're not going to be here any longer. It's a bit too repetitive, Portugal, and it was just supposed to be a stepping stone. The other bit of news, of course, is that we were interviewed for the Leipzig job last time out, and unfortunately we didn't get that. So we'll be waiting for some big ones to come up in the summer, and hopefully we'll be able to get one of those. If not, as we've said, it'll be the end of the series, and the next episode will just be a review of our career. But either way, it is going to be an episode on Saturday. I just can't promise there'll be another season after that. It depends on whether a big club's willing to give us a job. We've got one in France, Germany and Spain to look for as they hit the post. Aves, a real warning sign there. Our defence parted like the Red Sea, but fortunately we got away with it. Here's Sousa on the right side of the box for us. Can he find a ball into the box? He might have done better than that. The left back's on a yellow card and he's been adjudged to have fouled his man, although we're going over to VAR again. The one thing I'm really not enjoying here in Portugal is just how much it's been used. I know we had it in Italy, but we barely saw it. What's happened here? He's given a free kick. Is Trindade going to be sent off? He's not. It's just going to be a free kick. As Sousa gets it into Hyosung, it's 2-0. We lead after a quarter of a game. A brilliant performance so far, and I think it's safe to say we've won the title, despite Benfica taking the lead in their game. We lead 2-0 and all we've got to do is draw, so it looks like we are going to be Portuguese champions. That's what we really wanted here, to be a hero. They haven't won it in over a quarter of a century, so we are going to be regarded brilliantly by the fans, and adding it to our domestic treble is going to be fantastic. We're devastated we lost out on the Portuguese Cup, with Porto obviously overturning us in that one, and then the same opponent beat us in the Europa League, but 3 trophies would certainly be a great achievement. Hyosung puts another shot over the bar as we look like we could be threatening to run riot. It's a free kick on the right hand side for Sousa into the box. It's deflected down a couple of times and behind for a corner. Ben Harush with a final shot which is hacked away by the defence. It's Rodriguez with a long throw on the right hand side. Gerardo loses out in the air, but he's fallen to Schürrle 40 yards out. He finds Sousa in the number 10 role, again orchestrating the play brilliantly, and he's captaining the side today. Schürrle hits the bar from 30 yards and the ball's hacked away for a throw-in. It's Vernier to take it on the left hand side. As far as Almeida as it's cleared away, and can Aves counter-attack us here? They go long but it only finds Paxiao, and we're going to be able to build from the back again. So as we say, we have no idea what's going to happen after this season. We've completed our next licence as well. The Continental A is the second highest in the game. We'll come back for that as it's hacked away by Aves as we look threatening going into their box. Vernier on the left hand side back to Paxiao. He finds Vernier again. Here's Ben Harush on the left hand side and now Vernier. De Campo to Sousa. Can he find another way to create a chance? Into Hyosung in the box. His shot's blocked and it's out to the right, and the second cross is blocked too. Half an hour gone, we lead 2-0, and if any potential clubs are watching today, they should certainly be impressed by the way our side are performing. We've got to see which big jobs come up in those 3 countries remaining, or maybe a big international one as well. But if we don't get any of those, it will be the end of the career, and what a way it would be to finish, particularly if this performance continues. Sousa gets a bobble around on the penalty spot. He puts it into the corner. We lead 3-0, and there's certainly no doubt now. Sporting Lisbon are going to be title winners. They're going to win the Portuguese League, and we're orchestrating them to their first win in over a quarter of a century. We're going to be regarded as a hero in Portugal. We've already done it with Napoli in Italy and Newcastle in England, so to get our third big domestic title would certainly be a way to celebrate. I wouldn't be devastated if it is the end of the series, as we've had a brilliant career, but I really would like to manage in the Bundesliga, something I've mentioned on countless occasions. Paxiao gets the ball into Sousa as we're absolutely dominant here. It's been a wonderful performance in the first half, and we don't even have to worry about looking for the Benfica score. That was a dream scenario at the start of the game as Schürrle gets the ball to Rodriguez. They can't get forward Aves. They've had 6 shots but only 2 of them on target, and with a 3-goal lead we can let them have a few more, though we'd like to keep a clean sheet as well. We've got the best defensive record in the league in terms of goals conceded, and we'd love to continue that again as Schürrle gets the ball on the edge to De Campo. A lovely curling effort from the edge of the D, but it's just wide of the post, and on the stroke of half time we've got another chance to get a 4th. It's a long throw headed away to Schürrle. He gets it out wide to Sousa on the left. We almost got the referee blended in there, wearing an almost identical kit to us. It's headed away to the edge to Schürrle. His shot's blocked and it's out to Ben Harush. We can't even keep up with the chances here. Hyosung's header hits the post, is saved and then cleared away. There's loads of action in this half, and thankfully it's all at the end we're attacking. And what a performance the lads are putting on. Maybe they're desperate for us to sign a new contract, but I'm afraid it's not going to happen. A 3-0 lead at half time, a title in the bank, and we'll tell the lads we're pleased and to keep it going as we're just looking forward to lifting the title. It's silver at the back for Aves as they kick off in the second half, and they've got another silver in the middle here who gets it wide to Costa on the left. He finds it inside again, but Vernier hacks away, and the highlight ends with the score still 3-0. A really good day at the office for us. Benfica still lead 1-0 as we're back for a long throw from Vernier. It's into the box and it's headed away as far as Sousa. The header's missed by the defender and Hyosung puts it in. It's 4-0 on the final day. You wouldn't have thought the lads were nervous at the start. We've got that whole away end to the left of the goal we're attacking now, and they're going wild at that 4th goal. Hyosung and Sousa the heroes again. That's been the case quite regularly in this run-in. We'll make a few subs in a moment, but let's see if we can get a 5th from this throw. De Campo plays a 1-2 with Vernier. He's got it on the edge now and tries to shoot. A bit greedy as there was a man over on the right, and now Aves can counter with Trindade. He's got it on the right hand side for them. Goes back to his fullback, but the highlight ends immediately. No threat to our goal and it's still 4-0. We're going to think about changes, but we've got another attacking throw now. Vernier and De Campo playing it about again. De Campo into the box to Sousa. De Campo again with a chance to shoot. It's bobbling around all over the place in there. A quarter of the game to go. We will make our changes, but what a game this has been. The perfect ending to the season. Schürrle's complacent and the worst outfield player on the pitch, so we're going to bring Cunha on for him. De Campo will switch into the Mazzala role and Cunha will become the playmaker. Again, Gerardo's not scored, so Miladinovic is going to come on. He'll get a chance to end his duck. And Ben Harush is also a little bit tired. He's had a good game, but he's the worst of the attacking three. And I feel like it would be harsh not to bring Dembele on, as he's had such an impact in the running. So he'll replace Ben Harush on the left, just for the last 25 minutes. We'll put him to an inside forward, which he prefers on that side anyway. In fact, now it says he prefers to be an advanced playmaker. So we'll just go and do that as he prefers. And hopefully he'll make an impact off the bench. 20 minutes to go, we lead 4-0, and this has been a fantastic final day of the season. I hope you agree. If you do, put a thumbs up on the video, as we're certainly winning this title in style, despite looking like tripping up along the way. Just 10 minutes left and Benfica have now been pegged back at home, so even if we had lost we would have won the title. But what a way to go and do it, as Hyo-sung completes his hat-trick. The ball comes in from the right, I didn't see who it was there. Number 9, Miladinovic put it in, and there was no one marking in the box for the home side. 3 of our lads lining up to tap it in. The goalkeeper couldn't do anything about it, and a 5-star performance for the second game in a row. The full-time whistle goes, we lift the title, and why haven't we seen a ceremony? I'm not quite sure what's happened there. I'm really disappointed by that. We win 5-0 and we wrap up the title, and we don't even get to see the suit on its outing. I put on a special one there as well. We'll congratulate the lads on winning a title, but you're not going to get to see the change in suit. I'm a little bit disappointed by that, and now hopefully we will get one more season so you can see the change I've made to the attire. There's the confirmation then. Porto lost, Benfica were held. Braga did win, so they went back up to 3rd above Porto. A brilliant season for us though, and I need to check we get the confirmation about the title. We do get it. I'm not sure why we didn't see us lifting the trophy, but we win the Premier League on the final day. The first time we've won it in many a year. We complete the treble. It's absolutely fantastic, and that's 3 domestic titles for us in 3 years. Don't forget those failures we had early in our careers. We were sacked from our first 2 jobs within 18 months, and this has been a brilliant turnaround to now be a domestic title holder in 3 divisions. We'll praise Hyo-sung for going to get his hat-trick. He was absolutely sensational. The bonuses are paid out to the players, 4 of them taking them on this occasion. Sousa hails a sporting legend. It's former club favourite Paulo Sousa. I'm sure he's the one who managed Swansea and a couple of other clubs in England during his time. Let me just go back and have a look. Yes, he is. Swansea, QPR and Leicester, and he's praising us and calling us a club legend, which is a pretty big achievement after 1 year at the club. Benfica were pre-season favourites, but we've now gone and ended our drought. We win the title for the first time in years. 2002 was their last one, 29 seasons without a domestic title, and we have ended that today. A fantastic achievement, and maybe that's why it got tight towards the end of the year. The pressure from the fans. I guess if we wanted to relate it to something in real life, it would probably be a bit like if Liverpool were leading the title race in the Premier League in England. They've not won it for years and years, about 3 decades now as well, and when you get close to that finish line it does get tense, and I guess that's why we had a couple of tricky days. But we're over the line now, and that's all that matters. The Sporting Board are happy, and rightly so, and I guess the only thing we've got left to do now is go and have a look at the job centre. Are there any jobs available we'd like? Probably not at the moment, so let's go and see if any are insecure that we could possibly nick in the big 3 leagues. We've got PSG in France, a 5-star job at a 5-star club. Their manager's job's in a precarious position, so that one could well become available. I think Hoffenheim's the biggest one in Germany now, a 4-star club who are finished in mid-table. We'd arguably like to do better than that. We don't want to be doing a rebuilding job now. We're a world-class manager and deserve a big job. Let's go and have a look at our profile screen. Our reputation remains 4.5 star, and apparently our licence hasn't been completed. I was sure we'd got a message last month, but apparently that's not the case. We're out of contract, so it won't cost the club much in compensation, and I really hope one will take a punt on us, or the next episode could be the last one. Let's quickly finish on the squad screen to see how they've got on this year. We want to review our heroes and give them a bit of praise. If we put the lads in order of appearances, bring back any unavailable players. I don't think there are any that are at the club, so we're just going to make them unavailable again. In appearances order, we've got Schürrle at the top, 54 for him, including 49 starts. Sousa not far behind. He started the same amount of games, but 2 sub-appearances instead of 5. Pacquiao started 49 too. Fabrizio 1 behind on 48. And after that, it's a big jump down to the low 40s, where the likes of Vernier and De Campo hang out. If we put them in order of goals, we got 29 for Bernardo Souza. Our number 10, he was already a club legend, and he was absolutely fantastic this season, and at 31 he's going to be difficult to replace. Hyo-sung was second on 16. The strikers disappointed. Gerardo got 11 on loan from PSG. He was brilliant for us at Napoli the year before, but he had a really poor year this time round. Just 6 league goals in Portugal. We had plenty of goals from midfield with loads of players in high single digits. Schürrle on 9, Ben Hurst on 8, Sanchez on 8 as well, and Dembele on 7, including a couple of crucial ones as he nicked us points late on in the season. In terms of assist, it was Ben Hurst well clear. He got 15, the Israeli wonder kid. Somehow Hugo Viana's tempted him into a new deal, and he's no longer unhappy at the club, something he should be really proud of. So hopefully he'll be a star for them in the future, but I think the Vultures will be swooping in this summer. We've got Ben Hurst behind on 9, then Schürrle on 8, Dembele on Souza on 7. Plenty of big performers this season, and it seems harsh to be singling people out. The best star rating obviously goes to Souza. Michel, the centre-half, just behind him. We had a really poor run of form in the couple of months he was out, and crashed out of Europe as well. So it does show just how important he was. A centre-half signed in the summer before we joined the club, and he's proven to be a fantastic signing. So Hugo Viana must know what he's doing. He deserves more praise than we've given him this season. Ben Hurst and Hyo-sung and Sanchez just behind. Sanchez was an able deputy for Souza, and then the other defenders Pacquiao and Astley, and Rodriguez in the 7.2s. So brilliant performances all round by the lads, and we're really looking forward to seeing this side in the future. We're not going to be managing them, of course, so we may see them from afar, but if not, when we're reviewing the series, we'll have a look at how these guys did in the future. But let's finish on the competition screen to confirm that we're the champions of Portugal, as well as winning the League Cup and Super Taça earlier in the year. Disappointment in the Portuguese FA Cup, and of course in Europe against Porto, but overall a really good season, and we've got the one that both the board and the fans wanted most, so they'll certainly be happy with us when we leave the club. But if you did enjoy this episode and that brilliant performance on the last day of the season, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know in the comments where you'd like us to manage next. If we do get a choice between Spain, Germany and France. I know the French league in real life isn't the most competitive, but it's absolutely brilliant in this one. Don't forget last season PSG got to the semi-finals of the Champions League, and then it was won by Lille, and then the Europa League was won by Lyon, so they've got loads of big clubs over there at the moment, and it would certainly be an interesting one to manage in. Personally, I absolutely love the Bundesliga, and the Liga's a massive league too, but whether we'll get the chance to manage in one of them, only time will tell this summer. So we'll be back on Saturday for another big episode. We have no idea what will be going on in that one. We could be reviewing our career as we end the series, or alternatively we could be taking on another big job. Let me know as well what you thought of the Sporting Heroes. Who was your favourite player this season? Subscribe to the channel for daily FM19 content from these 2 long-term stories. This one, the head coach, where we could potentially have a surprise in the next episode. And my One Club series part of the furniture with Torquay United. We're moving into our first ever season in Europe in that save. So if you haven't seen this season yet, then do go back and catch up with it. We've got 3 episodes a week from our Cricket 19 career too. That's every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday at midday. There was also a 10-part Ashes Test playthrough from that game beforehand, and I can't thank those of you who've watched it enough. I really have been blown away by the support for those series, and if you are a fan of other sports games, please do go and give them a try. We've also got our weekly career mode content from Snooker 19. That's every Friday at 4:30. But a massive thanks for watching this one and your continued support with the series as always. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time for a really important episode. Are we going to be heading for a relaxing retirement? Find out with me on Saturday.